Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
BBC News World.
March 1, 4:33 America, New York, building hit by missile in Kharkiv's Freedom Square. Video show a strike targeting government offices in central Kharkiv, Ukraine.
Wall Street Journal World News. March 1, 4:27 America, New York, as Russian bombs turn Kyiv into a war zone, residents scramble to escape. Russia's attacks on Ukraine's capital, aimed at decapitating the pro-Western Ukrainian government, have left the city's residents caught in a life-or-death choice between remaining in the city and escaping to safety.
Washington Post World.
March 1, 4:20 America, New York, Russia-Ukraine live updates. Russian invasion escalates as massive convoy nears Kyiv and Kharkiv assaulted. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called Monday's shelling of Kharkiv a war crime.
Mirror World News.
March 1, 4:10 America, New York, moment Russian missile smashes into Ukrainian government building in fireball. A Russian airstrike appears to hit a city council building in Kharkiv, Ukraine's second-largest city, earlier this morning, with videos showing a fireball outside its doors.
RT World News.
March 1, 4:08 America, New York, Russia strikes back at Switzerland's airspace closure. Moscow responded in a tit-for-tat manner, banning Swiss planes from flying over its territory. Moscow has closed its airspace to Swiss planes, mirroring Bern's decision on Monday to prohibit Russian aircraft from flying over the Alpine country.
Fox World News.
March 1, 3:27 America, New York, Ukraine claims Russia used an illegal vacuum bomb during invasion, potentially a war crime. The International Criminal Court has started investigating Russia for potential war crimes after a Ukrainian official claimed Russia used an illegal weapon during the war.
Mirror World News.
March 1, 3:05 America, New York, Russia nuclear threat explained, from 30-minute warning to where Putin keeps codes. Hamish de Bredin Gordon and Anthony Glees answer your questions about Russia's nuclear weapons after Vladimir Putin threatened the West.
Washington Post World.
March 1, 2:51 America, New York, Army says shootout with Israeli forces kills 2 Palestinians. Israeli and Palestinian officials say 2 Palestinians were killed in a shootout with Israeli forces that entered a refugee camp in the occupied West Bank to arrest a suspected militant.
WorldCBSNews.com.
March 1, 2:50 America, New York, U.S. Ambassador to UN, Putin's order to put nuclear forces on alert, totally unacceptable. U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield said Russian President Vladimir Putin's move to place nuclear deterrence forces on high alert is totally unacceptable.
WorldCBSNews.com. March 1, 2:50 America, New York, Russian troops meet resistance in Ukraine's second-largest city. CBS News' Charlie D'Agata reports that street battles broke out in Kharkiv as Ukrainian soldiers and civilians struggled to keep control of the city.
BBC News World.
March 1, 2:03 America, New York, Ukraine. Kharkiv attack was a war crime, says President Zelensky. President Volodymyr Zelensky spoke out after dozens of civilians were reportedly killed in Kharkiv.
New York Times World News.
March 1, 0:30 America, New York, your Tuesday briefing. A bloody attack on Ukraine's second-largest city. A destroyed school in Kharkiv, Ukraine, on Monday.
Wall Street Journal World News.
March 1, 0:19 America, New York, U.S. Allies are ramping up sanctions on Russia, but one country is sitting out. New Zealand, a close U.S. ally, has been limited in how far it can go punishing Russia over its invasion of Ukraine.
Fox World News.
February 28, 23:24 America, New York, Russia has fallen behind its Ukraine war timeline, senator confirms after classified briefing. A United States senator confirmed that Russian forces have fallen behind their timeline for the Ukrainian invasion, after a classified briefing on the war.
Time.
February 28, 23:09 America, New York, gunman kills his 3 daughters during supervised visit at Sacramento Church. Sacramento, California, a man shot and killed his 3 daughters, their chaperone and himself during a supervised visit with the girls Monday at a church in Sacramento, California, authorities said.
New York Times World News.
February 28, 22:52 America, New York, Zelensky denounces Russia's shelling of Kharkiv. Today, Russian troops shelled Kharkiv using rocket artillery, President Volodymyr Zelensky said in a video posted on his Facebook page. This is, without any doubt, a military crime.
Time.
February 28, 2156 America, New York. Russia's 40-mile-long tank convoy closes in on Kyiv as shelling intensifies in Kharkiv. Kyiv, Ukraine. A 40-mile convoy of Russian tanks and other vehicles threatened Ukraine's capital Tuesday as an intense shelling attack targeted the country's second-largest city, and both sides looked to resume talks in the coming days aimed at stopping the fighting.